Yeah, I mean he's done it for a long period of time now. You know, in the big moments and making the difference, and whether he's scoring or creating, he's normally around it. So yeah, two very different goals. Obviously today, I think he's got a really good understanding with Cassie and working with Johnny on the set plays and different things and spaces and whatnot. But there's also the bit you can coach, and then there's a little bit of the players and the understanding. They've got a great connection there with that, and they've done it a few times before, so that was good. And then obviously the passing around it, getting in positions where he can play that final pass, and it was one we've seen before. And then he plays Ben in as well, I think, after that. So yeah, there's not a lot else to say that I've sat here and said before about Bruno, but I thought he was really good. I thought it was a good team performance as well. I think in some ways it's difficult to say. I think it's when something's decided, and in some ways the fact that it was decided makes things a little bit easier, and everyone understands the situation really. So I think the impact he's had has been terrific, certainly since I've been here and working with him, and his influence within the team and big moments and goals. And I think it was a nice moment at the end there with the supporters and having that connection, you know, and the respect. I think so. That was a nice moment, and I think you'll enjoy that one. Yeah, I've been really impressed with Lenny. I think he's still so young as well, you know, and as a centre back playing at that age in the league, and for a club like this, it takes a lot of kind of understanding, composure, being able to cope. And I think his personality and his character, he takes it in his stride, and I've been really impressed with him. I think there's loads and loads to come and layers for more from him, but I think that'll just happen naturally over a period of time when he learns and he's experienced. But listen, he's played a good number of games here, and he's gained experience already. But at the age that he's at, he's doing really well, and he's coming to the team, and you can see him growing, and the confidence and that kind of natural, just getting back in the flow of playing games again and playing in the back four, which is something slightly different for him. I'm really pleased with him, training well, playing well, and he's a pleasure to have. You know, he's desperate to learn and does a lot of work with Johnny and Woody, and a bit of extra, so he's keen, and he always wants more, which is a great sign. It doesn't affect me one bit, to be honest. I'm in this position at the moment, doing the best I can, and loving it, obviously, and keep pushing for more. You know, we want to make the team as good as we can. We want to keep improving everything, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But in terms of conversations, we get on great. Just seeing Omar and Jason downstairs there, and we have a chat about the game, how it's gone, and all pretty open. So there's yeah, it's all pretty calm, to be honest. And today was a good win for us, so we can definitely enjoy the win today and look forward to Friday night. But other than that, that's all I'm thinking about really. This is totally no disrespect. Cassie's been fantastic. He's been a big player for us, and being important in the dressing room, and one that I've spoke to and connected with really well. So, but I think this, as a club and as a team, players come and go. Some are bigger, some maybe are more important than others at different times. But I don't think it's ever really about replacing them like for like. I think there's you can go in different directions. You understand what the balance of the squad will need, whether that's on the pitch, off the pitch, leadership, positionally. There's all sorts of different things go into it. Cassie's, you know, he's done some really good things, and certainly since I've been here, and he's been an absolute pleasure to work with. Yeah, in terms of the club and moving forward, it's difficult for me to get involved in too much of that. Bruno's definitely not someone we'd want to lose, I can say that, but I can't really what the summer or beyond that. It's difficult for me to kind of go too far with that, but certainly he's important for us, and he's definitely not one we would want to lose. It depends really. Sometimes it's a funny thing, because I think sometimes you score goals and everyone thinks all of a sudden you've just been training set plays all week, or you've been working on a certain thing all week. Sometimes we don't necessarily always work on it, but there's certainly in the meetings and the understanding, and maybe it's not always pitch time, but Johnny spends a lot of time, and then giving the players a lot of responsibility as well, and what they feel and what they prefer to do as well. I think it's important. At the end of the day, they're the ones that have got kind of take that action on, and the experience that they've got in and around that. I think we're relying on them as well. So I think, Johnny's doing great with all that and working with the players. And as I said, Bruno and Cassie have got that understanding, and Harry's a big threat for us in the box as well. And it's obviously, it's proved to be successful for us in recent games, and we need to try and keep pushing for that.